The Haunting Echoes of Massachusetts, exploring its most terrifying state parks. Massachusetts, a state steeped in history and natural beauty, is more than just its iconic landmarks like the Freedom Trail or Cape Cod. Beneath its picturesque landscapes lies an undercurrent of mystery and fear, a world where shadows seem to dance with purpose and whispers linger long after they should have faded into silence. This is the realm of haunted state parks, places where nature's serenity intertwines with tales so chilling that they defy explanation. For centuries, Massachusetts has been a magnet for ghost stories and paranormal phenomena. From colonial-era tragedies to unexplained disappearances, the land itself seems imbued with echoes of the past. These eerie narratives are not confined to creaky old houses or abandoned asylums. They extend deep into the wilderness, haunting some of the state's most beloved state parks. These sprawling green spaces, cherished by hikers, campers, and families seeking solace in nature, harbor secrets darker than their tranquil exteriors suggest. Why focus on state parks? Because these locations serve as bridges between humanity and the untamed wild, a place where people venture willingly but often find themselves confronting forces beyond comprehension. The isolation inherent to these areas amplifies every sound, every movement, turning even the rustle of leaves into something sinister. And when night falls, casting long shadows over winding trails and dense forests, the line between reality and nightmare blurs dangerously thin. In this article, we will delve into the most haunted state parks in Massachusetts, uncovering the legends, sightings, and inexplicable occurrences that have left visitors questioning what truly lurks within the trees. Whether you're a skeptic curious about folklore or a believer hungry for spine-tingling encounters, prepare to embark on a journey through the dark heart of Massachusetts wilderness, one that promises to leave you breathless, unsettled, and perhaps forever changed. Miles Standish State Forest, a tapestry of terror nestled in the southeastern corner of Massachusetts. Miles Standish State Forest spans over 12,000 acres of rolling hills, serene ponds, and towering pine trees. To many, it is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts, offering miles of trails for hiking, biking, and horseback riding. Yet beneath its verdant surface lies a labyrinth of horror stories that have earned it a reputation as one of the most haunted state parks in the region. Visitors recount harrowing experiences of spectral figures, disembodied voices, and inexplicable phenomena that defy rational explanation. One of the most enduring legends tied to Miles Standish revolves around the infamous Lady in White. According to local lore, she was a young woman who fell victim to a tragic accident near the park's Cranberry Road during the early 20th century. Witnesses claim to have seen her apparition gliding silently along the forest paths, her translucent form illuminated by moonlight. Others report hearing faint cries for help emanating from the woods, only to discover no one there when they investigate. Some say her presence lingers because her spirit remains trapped, unable to move on from the site of her untimely demise. Equally unsettling are the accounts surrounding the Shadow Man, a menacing figure said to stalk unsuspecting hikers at twilight. Described as unnaturally tall with glowing red eyes, this entity appears abruptly before vanishing into thin air, leaving witnesses paralyzed with terror. One chilling report came from a group of campers who claimed they were followed by the Shadow Man throughout the night. Despite building a roaring fire and remaining vigilant, they swore they could feel his malevolent gaze piercing through the darkness. By morning, their tent had been slashed open, though no footprints or signs of disturbance marred the surrounding area. Perhaps the most widespread phenomenon reported at Miles Standish involves strange auditory hallucinations. Hikers frequently describe hearing footsteps crunching behind them, only to turn and find no one there. Others speak of disembodied laughter echoing through the trees or the distant sound of children playing, even in areas far removed from any playgrounds or campsites. Some attribute these noises to residual energy, a psychic imprint left behind by past events, but others believe something far more sinister may be at play. Adding to the park's ominous allure are its historical ties to Native American tribes and colonial settlers. Archaeological evidence suggests that the land once served as sacred ground for indigenous peoples, while colonial records detail skirmishes and skirmish-related deaths that occurred within its boundaries. Could these ancient spirits still roam the forest, guarding their ancestral lands? Or do the restless souls of those who perished here seek justice or closure? Miles Standish State Forest stands as a testament to how beauty and terror can coexist in the same space. For those brave enough to explore its depths, the park offers not just adventure but also a brush with the supernatural, a reminder that sometimes, the greatest mysteries lie hidden in plain sight. Borderland State Park, Shadows of the Past. Borderland State Park, sprawling across 1,800 acres in Easton and Sharon, Massachusetts, presents a stark contrast with its serene lakes and lush woodlands masking a history steeped in tragedy and paranormal activity. Originally part of the Ames estate, the park's centerpiece is the grand yet decaying Ames Mansion, which stands as a silent sentinel to the countless stories of specters and sorrow whispered through its halls. The mansion, built in the early 20th century by the wealthy Ames family, quickly became a hub of high society gatherings and lavish parties. However, beneath its opulent facade lay a series of misfortunes that would soon transform joy into despair. The death of Blanche Ames, a prominent suffragist and artist, marked the beginning of the mansion's decline. Her passing seemed to unleash a torrent of bizarre occurrences that locals and visitors alike have reported ever since. Visitors to Borderland State Park often recount eerie encounters with what they describe as shadowy figures flitting across the windows of the abandoned mansion at dusk. These apparitions, seemingly oblivious to the living, evoke a sense of being watched, a feeling that intensifies as one ventures closer to the structure. Park rangers and frequent visitors speak of hearing phantom footsteps echoing through the empty halls, accompanied by the soft murmur of voices engaged in indiscernible conversation. It is as if the mansion holds clandestine meetings of its former inhabitants, forever trapped within its walls. Moreover, the surrounding woods of Borderland State Park add another layer of mystique and fear. Tales abound of ghostly lights hovering above the lake at midnight, moving erratically as if searching for something, or someone. Campers and hikers narrate chilling experiences of sudden temperature drops and an overwhelming sensation of dread as they traverse certain paths known locally as the haunted trails. These trails are lined with gnarled trees whose branches twist grotesquely towards the sky, creating a natural cathedral of shadows and whispers. The park's history is punctuated by stories of accidents and mysterious disappearances. In the mid-20th century, several park employees reported seeing a man in tattered clothing wandering aimlessly near the lake late at night. His appearance was always fleeting, vanishing into the mist without a trace. Investigations led nowhere, fueling speculation that he might be the spirit of a worker who died tragically on the estate decades ago. These narratives paint a vivid picture of Borderland State Park as a place where the veil between worlds is perilously thin. The combination of its majestic yet melancholic landscape and the palpable sense of otherworldly presence makes it a compelling destination for those intrigued by the supernatural. As daylight fades and darkness envelopes the park, the true essence of its haunted legacy comes alive, inviting, or daring, the curious to explore its haunted depths. Wachusett State Park, Echoes of War and Tragedy. Wachusett State Park, nestled in the town of Hingham, Massachusetts, spans over 3,500 acres of pristine wilderness, offering a sanctuary for wildlife and nature lovers alike. However, beneath its tranquil surface lies a tapestry woven with threads of war, tragedy, and the supernatural. Historically a significant site during the Revolutionary War, the park's grounds have borne witness to numerous battles and skirmishes, leaving behind not just historical markers but also lingering spirits that refuse to rest. During the tumultuous years of the American Revolution, Wachusett was a strategic location due to its proximity to Boston Harbor. British forces and American patriots clashed here repeatedly, resulting in numerous casualties. The blood-soaked earth and the remnants of fortifications still whisper tales of bravery and loss. Local historians recount stories of soldiers who died valiantly defending their ideals, their spirits supposedly still guarding the land against unseen enemies. Modern-day visitors to Wachusett State Park often report eerie sensations, sudden chills despite warm weather, the unmistakable sound of distant cannon fire echoing through the woods, and fleeting glimpses of figures dressed in 18th-century military attire. These apparitions are commonly spotted near the old battlefield sites and along the park's extensive network of hiking trails. Many hikers have described moments of intense unease, as if being watched by invisible eyes, followed by the distinct impression of marching footsteps resonating through the forest floor. One particularly harrowing account involves a group of overnight campers who set up their tents near an area historically known as Soldier's Hollow. Late into the night, they were awakened by what sounded like a full-blown battle raging nearby. The clashing of swords, shouts of command, and agonized screams filled the air, sending chills down their spines. When dawn broke, revealing no signs of disturbance or human presence, the shaken campers packed up and left hastily, never to return. Another spine-chilling narrative revolves around the ghostly figure of a woman in colonial dress, often seen wandering the perimeter of the park. Legend has it that she was the wife of a soldier stationed at Wampatuck during the war, who lost her life in a tragic accident while searching for her husband amidst the chaos of battle. Her mournful wails are said to echo through the park on quiet nights, a poignant reminder of the personal losses suffered during times of conflict. These stories, intertwined with verified historical events, lend credence to the belief that Wampatuck State Park is indeed haunted. The convergence of past tragedies and present-day paranormal activities creates an atmosphere thick with suspense and mystery. For those brave enough to explore its depths, the park offers not only breathtaking natural beauty but also a profound connection to the spectral echoes of America's fight for independence. Each visit becomes a journey into a realm where history and hauntings collide, leaving indelible impressions on all who dare to tread its haunted paths. Mount Greylock State Reservation. Whispers from the peaks perched majestically as the highest point in Massachusetts, Mount Greylock State Reservation towers over the Berkshire Hills, commanding awe-inspiring views that stretch across 5 states. Its rugged terrain and dense forests draw adventurers and nature lovers year-round, but beneath its majestic exterior lies a tapestry of eerie legends and spine-chilling encounters. Known as one of the most haunted locations in the state, Mount Greylock has become a magnet for those seeking thrills and terrors, in equal measure. At the heart of Mount Greylock's supernatural reputation is the infamous Greylock Ghost, a spectral figure said to haunt the summit and surrounding trails. Locals and hikers alike have reported seeing a shadowy man in tattered clothing wandering the ridgelines at dusk, his form dissolving into mist whenever approached. Some believe this apparition to be the spirit of a Civil War soldier who perished while traversing the mountain during a brutal winter storm. Others speculate it might belong to a logger who vanished without a trace in the early 1900s. Whatever its origin, the Greylock Ghost has become an enduring symbol of the mountain's haunted legacy. Adding to the park's mystique is the tale of the Screaming Woman of Thunderbolt Ridge. According to legend, a young bride-to-be named Emily disappeared mysteriously on her way to meet her fiancé near the reservation in the late 19th century. Search parties combed the area for weeks but found no trace of her, only her scarf snagged on a tree branch near a precipice. Since then, hikers have claimed to hear blood-curdling screams echoing through the forest, especially during thunderstorms. Many believe these cries belong to Emily, forever wandering the ridge in search of rescue or redemption. Countless visitors have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of being observed while exploring remote sections of the park, even when completely alone. Rangers and experienced climbers describe moments where they suddenly freeze, overcome by an inexplicable dread, only to glance up and catch fleeting glimpses of humanoid shapes retreating into the trees. Some theorize these entities are remnants of Native American spirits guarding the sacred land, while others suspect they may be something far more sinister. One particularly chilling account comes from a group of college students who spent a weekend camping near Bascom Lodge, a historic lodge perched near the summit. On their second night, they were awakened by loud banging noises outside their tent. Peering out cautiously, they saw nothing, but the noise persisted, growing louder and more frantic. Panicked, they packed up and fled down the trail, only to discover upon returning home that their camera had captured a series of blurry images showing what appeared to be glowing eyes peering from the darkness. Even seasoned paranormal investigators have been drawn to Mount Greylock, hoping to unravel its mysteries. Equipment malfunctions, unexplained temperature drops, and disembodied voices recorded on EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, devices are just a few of the anomalies reported during expeditions. One investigator recounted how his team's compass spun wildly out of control near an abandoned mining shaft, leading them to believe the area might serve as a portal to another dimension. Whether fueled by folklore or genuine supernatural occurrences, Mount Greylock State Reservation continues to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore its heights. Its haunting beauty serves as both a siren call and a warning: tread lightly, for the mountain holds secrets best left undisturbed. For those brave enough to ascend its peaks, the experience promises not only breathtaking vistas but also a brush with the unknown, a reminder that even the most majestic landscapes can harbor darkness within their embrace. Nickerson State Park, where nature meets the supernatural. Tucked away in the scenic town of Brewster on Cape Cod, Nickerson State Park stretches across 1,900 acres of pristine wilderness, offering a serene escape into nature. With its crystal-clear kettle ponds, winding trails, and lush forests, the park is a favorite destination for outdoor enthusiasts seeking tranquility. Yet beneath its idyllic surface lies a tapestry of eerie legends and unsettling encounters that have earned it a reputation as one of Massachusetts' most haunted state parks. One of the most pervasive and chilling tales associated with Nickerson State Park revolves around the enigmatic phantom canoeist. According to local lore, a lone paddler dressed in old-fashioned attire has been spotted gliding silently across Higgins Pond during the twilight hours. Witnesses describe the figure as ethereal, almost translucent, rowing with deliberate, rhythmic strokes despite the absence of any visible oars. Some believe the apparition belongs to a fisherman who drowned in the pond decades ago, his spirit condemned to eternally navigate the waters. Others suggest it could be the ghost of a Native American warrior, guarding the sacred land from intruders. Regardless of its origins, sightings of the phantom canoeist have sent shivers down the spines of countless visitors, many of whom swear they felt an icy chill pass through them as the spectral vessel drifted by. Adding to the park's haunted allure is the legend of the Whispering Woods. Deep within the dense forest surrounding the ponds, hikers have reported hearing faint, unintelligible murmurs emanating from the trees. These whispers seem to follow travelers along the trails, growing louder and more insistent the deeper one ventures into the woods. Some interpret the sounds as warnings, urging them to turn back, while others believe they are fragments of conversations carried on the wind from long-forgotten eras. One particularly unnerving account comes from a group of campers who claimed the whispers transformed into guttural growls, forcing them to flee the area in terror. Despite numerous investigations, no definitive source for the phenomenon has ever been identified. Perhaps the most spine-tingling aspect of Nickerson State Park's haunted reputation is the recurring reports of shadow people. These dark, humanoid figures have been spotted lurking near the park's campgrounds and picnic areas, often appearing momentarily before vanishing into thin air. Unlike typical shadows cast by sunlight or moonlight, these entities are described as having an unnatural density and movement, as though they exist independently of the environment. Several campers have reported waking up in the middle of the night to find a shadowy figure standing over their tent, its featureless face inches from the fabric. Others describe seeing the forms dart between trees or melt into the ground, leaving behind a palpable sense of unease. While skeptics dismiss these accounts as mere figments of imagination or tricks of the light, the sheer volume of similar reports lends credibility to the notion that something extraordinary is occurring at Nickerson State Park. Local historians point to the park's rich history as a potential explanation. Before becoming a state park in the 1930s, the land was home to Native American tribes and later served as farmland and cranberry bogs. The layers of human activity, combined with the area's natural isolation, create an ideal setting for residual hauntings, echoes of past events imprinted on the landscape. For those willing to brave its haunting beauty, Nickerson State Park offers not just a chance to reconnect with nature but also an opportunity to confront the unknown. Whether paddling across its tranquil ponds or hiking through its whispering woods, visitors are reminded that even the most picturesque settings can harbor secrets best left undisturbed. As the sun sets and the shadows lengthen, the park transforms into a realm where reality and the supernatural blur, leaving explorers to wonder what, or who, is watching from the darkness. A tapestry of fear, unraveling the common threads of haunted parks. As we delve deeper into the haunted histories of Massachusetts state parks, a pattern begins to emerge. A web of shared elements that bind these disparate locations together in their spectral infamy. These common threads not only underscore the eerie similarities among the parks but also illuminate the broader cultural and psychological factors that contribute to their haunted reputations. One of the most striking commonalities is the prevalence of historical tragedies. Each park examined, be it Miles Standish, Borderland, Wampatuck, Mount Greylock, or Nickerson, has roots tangled deeply in events marked by loss and suffering. From the tragic accidents and violent skirmishes to unexplained disappearances, these incidents have seared the land with memories of pain and despair. It is believed by many that such profound emotional upheavals leave an indelible mark on the environment, creating conditions ripe for paranormal activity. The concept of residual haunting, where traumatic events replay like recordings in the fabric of time, resonates strongly within these natural spaces, suggesting that the echoes of the past continue to reverberate through the present. Moreover, the isolated nature of these parks amplifies their haunting qualities. Surrounded by vast expanses of wilderness, these locations naturally foster feelings of solitude and vulnerability. The lack of immediate human presence enhances the perception of any unusual occurrence, making ordinary sounds or sights seem sinister. The dense forests and labyrinthine trails further contribute to this effect, often disorienting visitors and heightening their senses to the point where every rustle of leaves or snap of a twig can trigger a primal response of fear. This amplified sensory awareness, coupled with the park's secluded settings, crafts an atmosphere where the mind is more susceptible to interpreting ordinary phenomena as supernatural. Cultural beliefs and storytelling traditions also play a pivotal role in shaping the haunted narratives of these parks. Massachusetts, steeped in colonial history and rich in folklore, provides fertile ground for ghost stories to take root and flourish. The collective psyche of the community, influenced by generations of oral tradition and local legends, predisposes individuals to perceive and report supernatural occurrences. This cultural backdrop not only perpetuates existing myths but also encourages new tales to emerge, continuously feeding the cycle of haunting narratives. Additionally, the psychological impact of visiting these allegedly haunted sites cannot be overlooked. The anticipation of encountering something supernatural can significantly influence one's experience. This phenomenon, known as suggestion, primes the visitor's mind to interpret ambiguous stimuli as confirmatory evidence of paranormal activity. Thus, the power of suggestion, combined with the environmental and cultural factors, creates a potent cocktail conducive to fostering a haunted reputation. In essence, the haunted state parks of Massachusetts are not merely geographical locations marked by eerie happenings. They are complex intersections of history, psychology, and culture. Understanding these underlying patterns helps demystify why certain places resonate with spectral tales and continue to captivate those who dare to explore their shadowy depths. As we continue our exploration, these insights provide a framework for comprehending the enduring allure and haunting legacy of Massachusetts' most notorious natural spaces. Embracing the shadows. Why we seek out the haunted. The human fascination with haunted places is as old as storytelling itself, rooted in a primal curiosity about the unknown and the unseen. Whether it's the thrill of stepping into a realm where the rules of reality seem suspended or the desire to connect with something greater than ourselves, haunted locations hold an undeniable allure. Massachusetts state parks, with their blend of natural beauty and spectral legends, epitomize this magnetic pull. But why do we seek out these eerie destinations, and what do they reveal about us? At its core, the appeal of haunted places lies in their ability to evoke a sense of wonder and mystery. They challenge our understanding of the world, forcing us to confront questions that science alone cannot answer. Is there life after death? Can the past truly linger in the present? These existential queries tap into a universal human longing for meaning and connection, transcending cultural and temporal boundaries. Visiting a haunted park like Miles Standish or Mount Greylock isn't just about chasing ghosts. It's about engaging with the possibility that there's more to existence than meets the eye. Haunted state parks also serve as a bridge between the tangible and the intangible, blending the physical experience of exploring nature with the abstract thrill of encountering the supernatural. The juxtaposition of serene landscapes and chilling tales creates a unique tension that captivates the imagination. Walking through the whispering woods of Nickerson State Park or gazing at the mist-shrouded peaks of Mount Greylock, visitors are invited to ponder the duality of beauty and terror. This interplay speaks to a deeper truth about the human condition, that light and darkness coexist, and that understanding one requires acknowledging the other. Furthermore, haunted parks offer a safe space to embrace fear, a fundamental emotion that has shaped human evolution. In modern life, where comfort and predictability reign supreme, the controlled chaos of a spooky hike or a night spent in a reputedly haunted campground allows us to step outside our comfort zones. It's a reminder of our resilience, a chance to prove to ourselves that we can face the unknown and emerge unscathed. For many, this act of confronting fear head-on is empowering, even cathartic. Beyond individual experiences, haunted state parks also reflect broader societal values and anxieties. Stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena often arise from periods of trauma or upheaval, serving as metaphors for unresolved issues. The Lady in White of Miles Standish, the Screaming Woman of Mount Greylock, and the Phantom Canoeist of Nickerson State Park are not just characters in a ghost story, they are symbols of grief, loss, and injustice. By preserving these tales and sharing them with others, we keep alive the memory of those who came before us, ensuring their stories and struggles are not forgotten. Ultimately, haunted state parks remind us of our interconnectedness, not only with each other but with the land itself. These places bear witness to centuries of human activity, absorbing the joys and sorrows of those who walked their trails long before us. To visit them is to participate in a dialogue with history, to listen to the whispers of the past and consider how they shape the present. In doing so, we find not only entertainment but also enlightenment, a deeper appreciation for the mysteries that make life infinitely richer and more complex. So, whether you're drawn to haunted parks for the adrenaline rush, the intellectual intrigue, or the simple pleasure of a good scare, remember this. The true magic of these places lies not in proving the existence of ghosts, but in exploring the boundless depths of the human spirit. After all, it's not the ghosts that haunt us. It's the questions they inspire, the emotions they awaken, and the connections they forge. And in that sense, every haunted park is a treasure trove waiting to be discovered. Explore the haunted heart of Massachusetts as we bring this chilling journey through Massachusetts' most haunted state parks to a close. One thing becomes abundantly clear: these places are far more than just patches of wilderness. They are portals to the unknown, brimming with stories that linger long after the sun sets. From the spectral echoes of Miles Standish to the shadowy whispers of Mount Greylock, each park offers a unique blend of beauty and terror, inviting you to step into a world where the line between myth and reality blurs. But don't let the final sentence of this article mark the end of your adventure. Instead, let it be the beginning. If you've ever felt the pull of the paranormal or simply crave an experience that will leave your heart racing and your mind reeling, there's no better time to lace up your hiking boots and grab your flashlight. These haunted parks are calling your name, beckoning you to walk their trails, paddle their waters, and camp under their starlit skies. Who knows? You might just encounter something, or someone, you weren't expecting. And even if you don't, the thrill of the unknown and the weight of centuries-old legends are sure to leave an indelible mark. For those eager to dive deeper into the mysteries explored here, don't stop now. Check out the links below to learn more about the parks mentioned in this article, plan your visit, and uncover additional tales of the supernatural that await in Massachusetts wilds. Whether you're a skeptic looking for a good story or a believer ready to chase the paranormal firsthand, these resources will guide you every step of the way. And if you're hungry for even more haunted tales, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Haunted Storytelling, where I share gripping narratives, first-hand accounts, and exclusive footage from some of the most terrifying locations in the world. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and join a community of fellow adventurers who live for the thrill of the unknown. Lastly, I want to hear from you. Have you visited any of these haunted parks? Do you have your own ghostly encounter to share? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Better yet, if you're planning a trip to one of these locations, let me know where you're headed and what you hope to find. Together, we can keep the spirit of exploration alive. Now go forth, brave soul. The haunted trails of Massachusetts await, and who knows what secrets they'll reveal to you. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and remember, sometimes, the greatest adventures are the ones that send shivers down your spine.